Hey everybody, getting ready to go to the gym, driving there now. Just want to talk to you today about tact. I know some people out there, they're in the MTI core, they can rub people the wrong way. For many different reasons. It could be just the fact that they just don't mesh well with you personally. And if they don't match with you personally, you automatically have that, like, oh, I don't like that person. Which I find that to be not very fair, especially if you don't get to know them. I'm talking about those people that are just mean for no reason and cocky, and I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about cocky like to the point where they talk game, but they don't take care of their trainees, they don't train their trainees and stuff like that, and they cause a toxic environment around them. They don't edify, they bring people down. And I want to talk to you like about tact, like what do you do with those kind of people? What I would do is I would, of course, you correct in private. It's the first thing I would do. And this is like NCO 101. But in this job, it could be a little bit more intimidating because that person could be somebody, could be a blue rope, could be a black rope, could be somebody that's a veteran in the game. It could be someone that's well liked in the squadron. And you're just not meshing well with them because they've said something to you that has turned you off. So the very first thing I would do is go to them. Say, hey man, can we talk? Keep like 2 minutes. You know, just together. And what I would do is I would express, hey, look, I fully intend on, like for example, I fully intend on wanting to get to know you and everything like that. You rubbed me the wrong way when you said this or like that, and I just want to say that I want to work like a family, and I want to work well together with you. Can you tell me what you really meant by this? And it could be something that it could have been a blind spot on their part. So what I want you to do is very first go to that person, regardless of how you think they are. You know, if they're not on receive mode, don't worry about it. Just do your part, and then if that doesn't work, you got to get leadership involved, and you got to have some type of facilitation. Sometimes being an MTI gets to people's heads, and they never had this type of positional power before when they're in charge of people, and some people just don't handle it well, and they think they're just a little bit higher. And sometimes facilitation is necessary. Allowing your section chiefs to act as that facilitator and getting both sides of the story first and then bring you all together. And I've done this a couple of times before when I felt like, this person either is reading me wrong, I'm reading them wrong. I went and talked to them, they kind of ignored me, they kind of brushed it aside. I don't want to work in that type of environment. So I want to bring it to my section chief, and if it keeps going on, I'll let that be the section chief's responsibility at that point to either move sections from each other or have another type of facilitation, maybe with the first sergeant or whatever like that. Be humble. What if it's you? What if you're the person that doesn't take criticism very well, feedback very well? What I would like you to understand is that take a look at yourself and know that you're not perfect, but is it a blind spot that people are bringing up? Multiple people might have brought up that you're just not facing. This is something that's very important, that you don't come off in a way that you're not listening, because then people just don't come to you. And then when you progress and rank and you're still the same way, you're really going to be hurting the higher ups, because now they don't go to you, and they may not go to people commensurate with your rank, or maybe that 1 week higher and think that everybody's like you. Listen, remember what NCO means. Remember what sergeant means. I'm sorry, not NCO, sergeant. It means servant. So listen, have that servant heart. Serve. That usually helps. When you serve somebody and you kind of go out of your way to ensure that people are doing well, especially if you're comfortable with the job. Now, what if you are that person that's the same rank and you have this person that acts high and mighty? Remember, they could have that. It could be that blind spot and they don't see it. and it's their comfort zone at that point, and it's toxic to your section, to the squadron, to the stairwell. You got to pull them aside. You got to exercise that core value of integrity, specifically courage. Don't allow people to be toxic around you if you can help it. In the end of the day, we're taking care of the commander. Take care of your commander. The DOC surveys are out there for honest feedback, for leaders to assess where their people are. Because some people are afraid of rank, and please don't be afraid to correct people above and below you. Because correction means you care. That's what you do with trainees. Correct them. I want to end it with this. This is going to be a short video. When you become a veteran in this game, it's even more important for you to be merciful and gracious, to help people, to not overjudge. I mean, judging is part of nature. You can't help but judge. But don't get to the point of judgment to a point where you will refuse to help somebody to take care of the mission. To me, I think that's foolishness. Always take care of your people so they can take care of the mission. And at the end of the day, you're taking care of the person that's your section chief, that's your operations superintendent, your training superintendent. You're taking care of these people. But it's your commander. You're taking care of him or her. Taking care of your chief. Take care of them. Because they get the residual effects of the environments that they can't see each and every day. Be that person that always listens. There have been people that came to me, and even though I did not mean to deliver it that way, that's the way they received it. So the very first thing that I do is I say, hey, look, I'm sorry. I apologize. And then they go, oh, okay. And then that's it. So I encourage you to give them a chance. Give people a chance to grow and to go, I'm sorry. Because it lets you know who they really are. So hopefully that caused a little bit of peace. Hopefully this video was very timely for you to either approach somebody that's less rank or a higher rank. And at the end of the day, I want to believe that every officer and every enlisted person in your squadron has the best interest for you. Sometimes we just don't mesh well. And sometimes we get led by emotions, and it's a blind spot. Emotion blinds us from logic. So do me a favor, please. Please pull them aside and say, hey, can we squash this? Can we work together? Can we be a team? Can we be a family? All right, peace out. Love your faces.